Welcome to EyeFront Africa. From Wall Street to the White House, U.S. policymakers are losing sleep. Their focus is no longer on Ukraine or Gaza, but on a small region in West Africa, the Sahel. The reason? Gold. These gold mines are not just resources beneath the soil. They are drawing a new map for the global balance of power, and the name of the United States is rapidly being erased from it. What is the classified report that has rattled U.S. intelligence? Why is Washington now being forced to grovel before African leaders? And how is a young military leader like Ibrahim Traoré simultaneously crushing France's economy and challenging the US dollar? Today, we will uncover that unreleased truth. This is not just about politics. It is Africa's final revenge against neocolonial power. You are watching EyeFront Africa. Subscribe to our channel and join the debate in the comments section. For decades, the gold of West Africa was part of a silent contract. France, the US, and their allies extracted these resources at dirt-cheap prices. In return, African nations received minimal aid and the promise of perpetual dependency. This model was infamously known as the resource curse. But the tide has turned. An internal U.S. intelligence report has been leaked, revealing that the three main gold-producing nations in the Sahel, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, have formed a joint agreement that could deliver an unexpected blow to the Western economy. What is the core of this deal? The U.S. will not be allowed to take the gold unless they pay fair value and agree to the African nations' terms. This deal is not just about mining. It is the final declaration of African sovereignty, because with this gold, they will build their own reserves, launch new currencies, and reduce their reliance on the dollar. This economic shock is more terrifying for the U.S. than a military coup, because it directly challenges their global financial authority. The main player in this entire game is Captain Ibrahim Traoré. In the West, he is called a dictator, but in Africa, he is the symbol of liberation. What did Traoré do after seizing power? He immediately expelled French troops from the country and declared, "Our gold belongs to our people." This move was not just political. It was a direct hit on the economic interests of the U.S. and France. The U.S. intelligence report now makes it clear. Traoré and his alliance, AES, are not just controlling gold extraction, but also deciding where that gold will be sold. And who are these new buyers? Russia and China. This is where the West's fear lies. They are watching hundreds of billions of dollars worth of resources slip through their fingers and fall directly into the hands of their rivals. U.S. foreign policy has, for years, viewed Africa as merely a recipient of aid, but now, African leaders are saying, "We are no longer your pawns." If the U.S. imposes military or economic sanctions on these leaders now, this gold will quickly move even more towards Russia and China. It is truly a double-edged sword. This issue is not just about gold. It raises serious questions about the future of the dollar. Global oil trade is dependent on the dollar. If gold and other major mineral trades begin to occur in a currency other than the dollar, such as the BRICS currency, the dollar's global status will rapidly diminish. Why is the U.S. government not talking about this publicly? Because it would reveal their strategic weakness. They do not want the average U.S. citizen to know that African leaders can now wield such significant influence over the world economy. According to the report, the U.S. strategy is now divided. One faction wants to bring Traoré to the negotiating table, but the other wants to overthrow him. This internal conflict proves just how crucial the gold of the Sahel has become. These African leaders have proven one thing. Your power lies in the ownership of your resources. Now the question is, how will the U.S. tackle this challenge? Will they abandon their neocolonial policies and negotiate on equal terms? Or will they uphold their arrogance and lose the continent of Africa forever? At EyeFront Africa, we will always expose the truth that the mainstream media hides. What do you think? Is the U.S. terrified of losing the Sahel's gold? Or is it genuinely afraid of regional instability? Share your deep analysis in the comments section below. If you found this video important, then like, share, and definitely subscribe to join our Pan-African movement. Hit the bell icon so you don't miss our next viral report. We will be back with more breaking news. Until then, stay alert and stay with the truth.